Joined now by Eric Schimpf. He's president and co-head of Merrill Wealth Management. And one of the great, good to have you. But we used to have
good morning, thank you.
The last gentleman that finally left, his replacement. I don't think you've been on yet, so welcome.
I haven't. My debut. Thanks for having me.
And it's, I still call it Mother Merrill. I still wear a Merrill hat. I trained with Merrill in 1981 and remember it very fondly. Not as much as some of the other places I worked, but. Like some holidays, Veterans Day is always on the 11th.
It is.
So it happens to be tomorrow. It's not where you can move it around so that it happens during the week. So we're really talking about it today and celebrating it today. And that was formative for you to serve in the Army. And
yeah, it was incredible. I mean, I grew up outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in a small little town, and didn't really know what I wanted to do. My father was an officer in the military, and off I went to West Point. So
wow.
hour north from here, and just a great education and a great time. And there's not a day that goes by where I don't think about being a soldier or talking to one of my classmates from West Point. And so it's a really powerful holiday to me. And a lot of things that I learned serving in the Army help me today. And we just need to remind ourselves right now.
All the time.
24/7, men and women are around this planet doing everything they can to protect us. It's every second of every single day, and we're lucky they do what they do.
Until they get back, and sometimes we abandon. And there's homeless problems, and there's
mental health problems.
Mental health and everything else, and we can never forget that. And there's not enough. We could never do enough.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe, and I'm proud to work, for Bank of America. We do a tremendous amount of things for veterans. Since 2012, we've given 2,600 homes to veterans and service members. We've got a great program here. I was a trainee. I started 30-some years ago as a trainee because Merrill had a great training program that allowed me to transition.
Did you have to take the simulation?
I did.
What did you get on it?
I don't remember what I got, but I remember.
This is where the guys in your office are fielding phone calls you're doing cold calls. Yeah. I got a 3. I mean,
out of what?
3 was not good. 3's like a C. You don't get hired with a 3, but my manager took a chance. I mean, and it worked out. But
I left.
You don't remember what you got?
I don't remember, but it must have worked out.
I didn't ask for the close enough times. I think you got to keep overcoming objections.
Listen, I left the Army on a Friday and started at Merrill on a Monday.
Wow.
As I said, I'm a product of the training program. And
now
today,
you're at the top. You're running Merrill now, basically.
I am. And today we still have a strong training program that exists, and Bank of America does a tremendous amount.
For veterans, and there are other. We've had other places on where they have programs where they don't do it out of the good of their heart. They want guys that serve veterans because they're better. They're better at what they do.
They make great teammates,
right.
And there's some really great reasons.
And everybody should do that. That should be something that gives you an additional check mark and maybe an advantage over somebody else.
I think when you hire a veteran, you're getting someone who understands being part of a team. They come from a place of wonderfully diverse thought, right? When you're serving your country, you're in there with all backgrounds, all ways of life, and you understand how people think. You understand what it means to lead towards a common goal, towards a common mission. And you're also an expert in your field because you understand the role you play is critical, that you do it well and you do it best. And that translates into a great, I think a great teammate and a great employee.
So you entered the Army out of West Point. What was your rank?
Yeah, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant.
So my dad was a second lieutenant with the Battle of the Bulge. Yeah.
I became an infantry officer and traveled the world and jumped out of planes, and it was great. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my military service and one, being proud of it. But I also would say as we come up on Veterans Day, Joe, it's not only the veteran, right? We have to remember there's a tremendous amount behind them. A veteran could have a family, a spouse, relationships, and they step away from that, right? And they step away from life to go protect what's important to us and our country. And so I think not only about the veteran, but sort of what's going on behind the scenes and my company through the training and the homes and some of the things that we've mentioned. But we have to remember there's a support system out there too that needs help when veterans are away.
I'm just waiting for someone to wrap me on when we're talking about veterans. And
Well, I mean, it's hard to ask the guy who jumps out of planes or jumped out of planes about the markets and how if they're tough
but we
or
do.
not.
We probably should. In terms of retail interest, in Merrill, it was. When I was there, I was so proud to be at the biggest and the best and of the wirehouses.
As am I.
And it still is. So what are you seeing? What are your clients telling you at this point?
Listen, I think the power of Merrill is getting to work with financial advisor every single day and understanding that everybody's situation is unique. And the power just isn't the relationship that a client can have with the advisor. It's the world-class Bank of America research led by Candace Browning, the Merrill CIO office and Chris Heisey.
The airline.
All of that stuff comes together, right? And we have to remind people, especially now, because I think investors have gotten away from it a little bit. Asset allocation works. Yeah. Right? It does. And it's been a while.
Is Merrill up the bond allocation recently? Or
listen, we think traditional asset allocation works.
80-20?
I don't know if it's 80-20 because every individual's got their own goals and their own needs. Yeah. But what I would say, it's been a while since cash has had a return on it because of interest rate. Fixed income vehicles have mattered because there's an interest rate. And so we have to think through that. And if you think specifically about the market, we think maybe the Fed is closer to being finished than not. So maybe one more in December. We see how summer of 2024 looks and go. But it all starts with the relationship that a client has with their advisor. And Lindsay and myself, you said it, I get to lead the best financial advisors in the world.
The thundering herd.
I bet there are a lot of people out there who set their portfolio in a 0% interest rate environment and have not really looked at it actively unless prodded by a financial advisor. But are you seeing that people finally coming around to the idea that they need to reallocate their portfolio because there are other options out there at a time when the markets may be making a turn or digesting what is going on with rates?
I think that's exactly what we're seeing. And what I was trying to say is fixed income and cash rates just haven't existed for so long. And maybe people became interest rate insensitive, right? They've locked in their mortgage at whatever it was a few years ago, and now taking a fresh look and saying, wow, cash is paying 5%. What are short-term treasuries and bonds doing that can meaningfully impact a portfolio that's asset allocated across the spectrum? That's exactly what they're doing.